I'm here with Pete, who started Solar Service Guys, who's now part of Omnidian. And this is the one thing that nobody really looks at when those little shiny boxes come out, which is the long-term warranty and the long-term servicing. And Pete's company, Omnidian, is all into servicing, residential, but also much more than commercial. So what are the kind of lessons that people should really take away after they buy the gear and they get in their savings? Is that guaranteed now for the next 20 years?
Look, the biggest mistake they make is they think it's going to last for 20 years and not have to touch it. You know, it's like a car. It needs to be maintained. You need to look after the asset, look after the investment, make sure it delivers the output it needs to deliver to get your best bang for your buck.
Now, I recently did a video for you guys where we went onto some commercial solar systems that hadn't been touched for 10 years. I think the wrappers of the original installers, the Mars bar wrappers, were still under the panels. Nobody ever been out there. And it was very overgrown with lichen. There were cables that were chewed. There was hail damage on some panels. And the company had completely ignored their $200,000 investment. Is that a one-off?
It's extremely common. So the solar's on the roof, it's set and forget. They just can't see it. They don't know what it's doing. They don't understand their power bills. They don't know what's going on.
They're blaming the energy retailer for being really greedy instead of fixing their system, is it?
Correct. That's 100%. Yeah, they just don't understand. And that's where you need to get the experts out that know what they're doing. They'll understand and teach you what's going wrong to be able to fix the problem.
So if you've got a commercial solar system, in a really the larger ones, you can get a $30,000 saving a year from it. If he can improve the efficiency by 20%, there's $6,000 that you wouldn't have had. And I don't believe for one call out he's going to charge $6,000, do you?
No, that's right.
Even right now with the battery boom prices for the installers, huh?
Not at all. No, we are about building that long-term relationship and
Right.
structuring up contracts. It could be a 3 or a 5 year deal. It makes it really cheap and economical way of solving the problem.
So with other words, you say don't make it just a one-off kind of thing. Make it like your car, you know, every year once it should go really into service, get the oil changed, that
Correct.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can build out a package that suits the client so they know what their cost is, and it gives them the peace of mind knowing their solar's going to operate and generate the revenue it needs to generate.
So if we would play a little ping pong game with a commercial solar system, what could actually go wrong and why you should have service? Can I start? I think you're going to win that one. But I mean, the one that I always see is the lichen that grows on the panels, creates hotspots, reduces output. So that's my number one. What's your number two?
Connector failing, and that will drop out a whole string of production. So if there's 10 strings on the system, one connector failing, that's 10% lost performance, and there's a connector or 2 connectors under every panel. So the likelihood of it happening is pretty high.
Now, in the olden days, a lot of the installers, this is my number two, would have installed using cable ties out of plastic. And then the plastic, after 3-4 years, it cracks, it falls onto the ground. It usually washes in the gutter and blocks the gutter as well as the second benefit. Then the cable lies down on the sun, on the hot roof. And even so they're really well built, 10 years on a hot roof, a DC cable live is not a good idea.
No, 100%. It's definitely going to fail.
Yeah.
The next biggest common one is fauna. So we're talking rats chewing cables, possums living under panels, birds building nests under panels. That can actually cause it to fail.
Right. Now, my number three is inverters were put into the sunny area and fried away over the last 10 years. And basically either are just on their last leg or not producing anymore, or even are dead. In the system it's 4 or 5 inverters, you got 2 dead inverters, nobody picked it up. So you lost all that production for those strings. That's my number 3. Any more?
Look, panels failing. So a leakage to earth, that might be a manufacturing defect that happened over time. That one panel will cause a whole string to fail or cause an inverter to go into fault mode and lose the whole production.
Now, we don't want to kind of turn people off solar, because if him and me going for another 12 other reasons, people go, well, that's it, I'm not going for solar. A well-maintained system will definitely save you big bucks. And now we're moving into batteries.
Yeah.
That needs a bit of maintenance too, or not?
100%. Yeah, even more so. Because if you start depending on batteries to reduce down peak demand and peak load in a C&I application, if it doesn't work, it can drive your bills up significantly in a quarter. So knowing it's operating, monitoring and looking after that asset's really important.
Now, this is the big one for me personally. When it comes to residential solar systems, everybody knows the one who's interested is the homeowner.
Yep.
But when it comes to commercial solar, Well, there was one guy who commissioned it, but he left 3 years ago, and I don't know what the password is. The CEO has no idea. He's not interested in solar. So you kind of get suddenly the solar system becoming a bit of an orphan, even in schools and places like that. So if you actually have a solar system in your company, the big issue is actually who's the person that's actually supposed to look after it, because most likely it's fallen into the crack somewhere from 10 years ago, and it's just sitting there. So actually think, oh, there's a way to save money. Oh, there's a way to make me look good. Get the person responsible, find them, and if there's nobody responsible, make it your responsibility. Call Pete out and make yourself look like a hero, because you're now going forward, save the company big bucks.
My tip would be get the CFO doing their budget. Look over the last 3 years' worth of power bills. You'll see they're all going up. You'll know the solar's not working properly. Reach out, give us a call, set up some structured maintenance plans that'll give you the ability to budget in the next financial year how much your solar needs to be maintained, and that'll help get more savings.
So instead of my long and windy explanation, you really simply say it's the CFO's job because you're interested in saving money.
Correct. Yeah, build out a stronger budget.
All right. So this message is for all the CFOs out there. Thank you, guys.
Please support the channel by liking the video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and check out all our other videos. Want more energy answered? Visit yourenergyanswers.com for quality energy products, tools and calculators, and find your quality local installers. You're still here? I'll see you next time. Bye.